Welcome to Debbie's Green, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. Lawyer Maurice Ampaw has criticized fellow legal practitioner Martin Kpebu over what he describes as an attack on the special prosecutor. According to him, the ruling National Democratic Congress government is seeking to remove the OSP, and Martin Kpebu is allegedly being used to facilitate that agenda. He claims lawyer Martin has shown gross disrespect towards the office of the special prosecutor and its head Kisi Ejabin because President Mahama appointed him as a member of the Operation Recover All Loot Task Force. An appointment he believes places him in the pocket of the president. He alleged that Martin has repeatedly made unfounded accusation against the office of the special prosecutor and reacting appropriately whenever he is asked to provide evidence, often disrupting proceedings. He insisted that because of Kpebu's ties to the presidency, his perceived alignment with the ruling government, he has become emboldened. The NDC wants to remove special prosecutor and Martin Kpebu is being used because he is in the pocket of the president. I think this is not an issue that needs to be politicized. So let's be fair and sincere to ourselves. We've been in this country not for 8 solid years, but we've experienced a government for 8 solid years. And the office of the special prosecutor was established somewhere in 2017, 2018, if I'm not wrong. And Kisi Ejabin was being appointed as the head of the office of the special prosecutor. Now, what is the role of the OSP? The role of the OSP is to investigate corruption and corruption-related cases. People who are alleged to be involved in corruption, cases that is being tied with corruption. His role is to investigate into that case, ensure that the person who is being alleged to have a tie or a connection to that corruption is well interrogated, whether the person is free from corruption or the person is engaged in it. Get his facts and evidence that show that what this person is guilty of the allegations. Then he move forward to hand it over to the needed authorities for that person to be prosecuted. That is what the OSP role is all about. Now, for the past 8 years, not even an ant, not even a chicken was prosecuted. And don't forget that the office of the special prosecutor is a very sensitive one. And each and every year, I believe there is an allocation of money that is being pumped into that particular office. So if the government keeps pumping money into an office and then we see no benefit of that office, then automatically what is the use of that office? It means either that office needs to be dissolved or we need to sit down and find out what is the root cause of it. Is the office of the special prosecutor being influenced? What is preventing him from executing his mandate? Is he because maybe he feels like he has been appointed by a particular political party and so they are influencing him in doing his work? Or there is other things that we need to know? And looking at Martin Kpebu and OSP, for lawyer Maurice Ampaw to say that, well, it's because Martin Kpebu has been appointed as a part or a member of the oral board or the oral committee. That is why he's doing what he's doing, and because the president is interested in taking off the OSP, and so they are using Martin Kpebu to do that. You see, I don't know why we tend to politicize every issue. I don't know why issues that don't need politics, issues that don't need to be buttressed with politics, we do so. If this is red, let's just go straight and call it red. Let's call a spade and not a big spoon. If you've created an office, I'm sure no business owner will just stand up and then feel like, well, today I feel so good, so I'm going to create a business, without putting down a laid down plan. In the next 5 years, this is what I want to achieve from this business. This is the revenue I want to acquire from this business. This is the number of employees I want to employ. every business owner sit down and then plan before they establish a business. So before a businessman sets up his own company or an institution, they have a laid down plan. The first month, what they intend to get from the company. They've placed all that on a paper. And they make sure that they put their might, their strength, and everything in that company. Because their survival in a way depends on it. So I'm not sure a government will just wake up one day and then feel like, I'm just creating an office just like that. You don't work, just go to office, I'll be paying you. No. You are there to investigate these cases. And that is why when Ken Oforiate's issue came on board, everybody was happy. Because we know what went on. We know what transpired in the previous years. We know how money was looted. They came telling us that there was no money in the country. But we saw how people were flying outside the country. We saw how people were bathing in the air. We saw all that. We saw money being projected into a project of national concern. And at the end of it, the project is nowhere to be found. The money is nowhere to be found. And the person in charge of that is also nowhere to be found. And you cannot tell me that money got missing. No. Because that allocation was made in parliament. It was deliberated on. And it was agreed that, okay, fine, let's project this money into the sector. And then the money has been projected. Only for us to wake up the day and found out that the project is nowhere to be found. The money, we cannot account for it. And so issues like this needs to be taken on. Issues like this needs to be thoroughly investigated. And people behind it need to face the drum. They need to dance to the tune of their own music. So if the OSP is not doing what he's supposed to do, what is your benefit? It means you are not adding up. So you need to go. It means that office needs to be dissolved. It needs to be dissolved. We're here when money was allocated for National Cathedral. The cathedral has now become a manhole. The money, we cannot find it. Money has been allocated for Sky Train. The train is nowhere to be found. The money is nowhere to be found. A lot of projects. But we have unconstructed roads. We have students learning under trees. We have remote communities where they don't even have a CHIPS compound for proper healthcare. We don't have it. All these monies can be projected into that. But we cannot find the money. And you see, if you don't have the heart, you cannot watch the expose of the Public Accounts Committee. Because you'll be asking yourself, so we have such amount of money in this country. So where is the money? Where are they? And all this are tied to corruption, in a way, bribery. And all this are the work of the OSP. Investigate into it. Bring the people to book. It is so sad that an OSP will bring out an expose and then fish out a company, and then the company will come back retaliating to the OSP and telling the OSP that the OSP is wrong. Like, it's wrong. In a way, the person is trying to tell the people that, OSP, you don't know your work. OSP, you are incompetent. OSP, you don't know what you are doing. Because tell me why OSP will bring out an expose against Strategic Mobilization Limited, and then Strategic Mobilization Limited will wake up the next day and tell us that what the OSP is saying is just false allegation. And also allege that when officers of the OSP has been sent into their office, they ended up taking equipment that belongs to their office. Like, so how do you want the people to think? To hail the OSP, to praise the OSP? No. And if someone has advocated himself to call for the removal of the OSP, you end up saying that because the person is in the pocket of the president. And in a way, because the president has appointed a person. And so whatever the president tells the person, it's what the person does. Why are we like that? Why are we like that? Are you trying to tell me that you've not been in this country for the past 8 years? You don't know what has been going on. You don't see what is going on. You don't hear of anything. And lawyer Martin Kpebu does not understand the main reason why you allow Ken Ofori-Atta out of the country. Till OSP detained Martin Kpebu, which is wrong. I had no idea he could do that. Because he was not able, that should be down to Ken Ofori-Atta, not Martin Kpebu. It should be down to somebody who has been declared as a fugitive, not somebody who is advocating for you to be removed because you are not doing what you're supposed to do. And you see, when we continue like this, there is no way we are going to fight corruption. When we continue like this, the country will be a safe haven. Our public offices will be a safe haven for people to just go in there and then steal and go scot-free. We can only fight corruption when these people are being held accountable for their deeds, for their works. If we don't do that, then we are encouraging them to steal them more. And that is why it's very funny when they come with a very long paper reading essays of 20 paragraphs on how to fight corruption. But when you get on grounds, they are doing basically nothing. We will deceive ourselves. If at the end of the term of this current administration, no one is being arrested, then what is the essence? So for the OSP, I think the time is due and the time is now. Thank you for making time with me on the screen.